What's goody, y'all? Buckle up, coming through on a quick drop. What's goody, what's goody? So, before I get started, I'm going to let y'all know, Sports Prediction 101 did hit the 11-game parlay yesterday. I'm going to post it for y'all today. So, everybody who was with me on it, I think I had like 7 people with me on Dollar Dash. Got that money yesterday. That's what's up. And we're going to post that today, too. I was just too tired last night to post everything. But, yeah, that was an 11-leg parlay that we laid out yesterday. But it didn't have the fight on it at all. Because I told y'all I didn't put nothing on that fight. I ain't have no prediction for the fight we get ready to talk about. Boots and Xander. So, let's right off the top, get a congratulations to Boots last night on becoming a 2-belt champion. Let's give Boots his motherfucking love. That's what's up. Boots did end up coming out the ring with the 2 belts. He needed to be a 2-belt champion in the 154-pound division. So we got that part done. He got that part done. All right. Now, we had so many different conversations going in about this fight. And I told y'all that I didn't have a prediction, like I just told y'all. And after watching that fight last night, you should see why I felt that way. After watching that fight last night, y'all should see why I felt that way. And a lot of people do already. I expect to see some of y'all in the comments speaking on it. Now, me personally, after seeing Boots get hit by Kern, the way he was getting touched, I had to do some more looking at Boots before I could just make winning predictions on him against A-level opposition. Okay? Now I got everything that I need. Again, big ups to Boots on becoming a 2-belt holder at 154. Big up to Boots on that. Now, the one conversation that hit the YouTube headlines over the last year or two is still the assumption of Bud not fighting Boots at 147 when Bud had completed Undisputed at 147 and wasted he completed Undisputed at 147 and he wanted the tougher challenges at 154, which was the next best decision, because Undisputed is what Bud was aiming for again at 154. That's what was on Bud's mind. That's what he was thinking about. Of course, after beating the PBC top guy and Earl Spence, after beating the PBC top guy and Earl Spence, the PBC, as we all know, the Crutball PBC wasn't going to allow Bud to fight Fondora after he beat Madrimov at 154, which anybody else, real quick, let me say this too. When Bud fought Madrimov, I already seen somebody comments already about saying something about Madrimov plucked Bud up. Madrimov didn't do nowhere near to Bud what Xander did to Boots last night. Nowhere near. All right? What you might want to do is go watch the fight with Madrimov and Bud before you make a comment like that. Go watch the fight with Madrimov and Bud before you make a goofball comment like that. Because it looked nothing like the fight we seen last night. Nothing at all. Nothing. All right? But anyway, what I was saying, the PBC wasn't going to allow Bud to fight Fondora after he beat Madrimov at 154 and became a champion. And that's why, after he became a champion at 154, that's why they faked like Spence was getting the Fondora fight, knowing Spence wasn't even trying to fight right at that time. But they faked like he was getting the Fondora fight because they didn't want Bud ending up undisputed at 154. Because he even they didn't want Bud ending up undisputed at 154 before he even fought Canelo. Whole time you got all these people, including the cornball Bark for the Bone, aka BFTB, telling people that Bud duck boots. Or Bud no boots is some kind of problem for him. So Wallow, as we seen happen, took the time to get boots on the motherfucking phone while Bud was on $1 million worth of game about 2 years ago. Maybe less than that. And anybody should have known after that conversation that Boots went another route when he had a chance to fight Bud. And after watching Boots last night, I totally see exactly why he chose another route when he had the opportunity to fight Bud. Boots and Bozy both already knew that Bud would beat Boots up like he never even belonged in the fucking sport. Listen, my assessment has been done. Y'all hear me? The buckle up assessment has been done. Bud would have beat Boots in the same exact way he trashed Spence. Maybe worse. Listen, any and all of y'all can stop. You can stop the rumor right now that Boots is anything like Bud. Stop it. Stop it. It's a false narrative. Stop it. Boots is nothing like Bud. Boots is nothing like Bud. And even the females in the fucking fight party that I was in last night, even the females are in the fight party. When I brought that up, I was saying you got a lot of the YouTube channel, a lot of these YouTube boxing talk channels, you all wouldn't believe. You can go on there, I'm telling you, a lot of them, they be saying that this guy is like Bud. They say that he like Bud. And that fucking females was saying, I don't know what the fuck they talking about. He ain't nothing like no motherfucking Bud. He ain't like no Bud, not the Bud that I watch for. He ain't nothing. You hear females talking like that? Yeah. I like, so y'all really don't think that? I started to record that shit. But it was just so crowded and the music on and all that other shit. I should have recorded that shit. Yeah, I'm telling you now. Motherfuckers see straight through that shit. If y'all got females out here that don't even got channels talking about which y'all, that man don't look nothing like no damn Bud. What I was telling them last night, y'all be saying. Females who don't even end the box, they say he don't look like Bud. Because he don't. Because he don't. So y'all can stop that rumor. Because he don't look like Bud in any shape, fashion, or form. The only thing that I give Boots that can be similar to Bud, I got one thing I could probably say maybe similar to Bud, is the fact Boots, if he has a fighter hurt, I think he will always be a good finisher. Like Bud because of his accuracy and power. How about that? How about that? How about I give him that? I give him that. That's it. Maybe would be a good finisher. Maybe a good finisher like Bud if he have a person hurt. But that's about it. I mean, would Boots trash Devin at 154? Of course, no doubt. Easy work. Easy work. Would Xander trash Devin at 154? Of course, no doubt. Easy work. Easy work. I would win money off those fights if they were to happen, and I would parlay it. But if Boots, is Boots ready for Bud? Is Boots ready for Bud? Fuck no. And now I see why Bud wowed them out a few weeks ago. When he called Gilly and he was on the phone telling them, if y'all think Boots ready for me, tell him say my name. Say he'll knock Bud out. After he win the Xander fight, say that and watch what happened. Because you know what was going to happen if he would have said that, right? And as we all seen, Boots didn't say a motherfucking thing about Bud. That was a good thing. That was good for him that was a good thing for him to do, to not mention Bud's name at all. Yeah. Because deep in Boots' heart, he know Bud will come back and straight embarrass that boy. Will beat him the fuck up. He will do that. Bud will beat Boots the fuck up for sure. So any of y'all out there that even had the thoughts that Boots was ready for Bud, I could tell you now, your eye test game is definitely not on point at all. It's not on point at all. It's not working correctly at all. And we hear Boots say he the king at 154. I heard him say that last night. Which nothing is wrong with feeling that way. Nothing is wrong with feeling that way. But let me inform you. The biggest problem in the 154-pound division, he go by the name of Fondora. All right? Yeah. The biggest problem to solve in the 154-pound division, he go by Fondora. Yeah. I haven't seen a fighter come into the 154-pound division that I see beating Fondora, the Punisher, the head swaller, to put the apples on your forehead all night, leave you with apples on your forehead, under your eyes, in your cheekbones, have your shit lumpity lump, like oatmeal. Fondora, yeah. And like I said, I ain't seen nobody come into the division that I feel like deal with that'll beat Fondora, and Boots is no different. If Boots was scheduled to fight Fondora in November this year, I would lay out the knockout prediction for Fondora to stop Boots, or the knockout for sure. I'll give it to y'all. Y'all gonna get some money. If that was to happen, some shit like that was to happen, y'all be getting ready to put some money in your pocket again. Like my people did last night on the 11-game parlay. Yeah, you be ready to put some money in your pocket. You wouldn't hear me say, I don't got a prediction on the fight. Like you heard me say the other day. You wouldn't hear me saying, I don't got a prediction on the fight. Because I know Fondora would beat Boots up badly. See, I know that. Boots might want to maybe, while he got them belts right now, he maybe might just want to defend his belts at 154 against non-belt holders. I'm just being honest. Maybe tighten your skills up a little bit more. I would advise you to do that. Take some fights against some non-belt holders at 154. If you want to fight people with belts, I don't know, Josh Kelly got a belt? That guy Josh Kelly got a belt? If he do, tell me in the comments. I don't know, y'all. Go fight Josh Kelly if Josh Kelly got a belt. I think Virgil Ortiz got a belt. Fight Josh Kelly or Virgil Ortiz if you want to fight somebody about a belt. Because I'm guessing off the top of my head that those are the two other belt holders. I don't really know for sure, y'all, because I'm not looking. So, who got all the belts at 154? I know Fondora got a belt, and I'm lost right there. I think it's Virgil, and if that guy Josh Kelly, that's the direction that Boots better go in fighting them, no matter what the situation is. Fight them, and if they got belts there, they good fights to go at. If his team care about him, at least having a chance to win, those are the decisions, the fighting decisions that they'll make. I mean, calling out Bud, talking about Bud right now, or having channels out here talking about Bud, making it even worse for you if Bud hear that shit. Calling out Bud or thinking about unifications with Fondora right now, get this guy dog walked. Y'all gonna fuck his career up. I'm trying to let y'all know ahead of time. I'm trying to help y'all out. You gonna fuck this man career up. Alright? That go for all of you Boots channels out there. Yeah, all you Boots channels out there, I'm talking to y'all. It's a whole bunch of y'all out there. Y'all know who y'all is. So that's who Buckle Up talking to today. All of you Boots channels. Alright? Yeah. Send him in that direction, because if he talk that Bud shit or that Fondora shit, he gonna fuck around and get dog walked out the sport early. So let me let y'all know that right now. Other than that, big ups to Xander Zayas on giving us everything he had, taking that L. And we definitely looking forward to seeing Xander in action again in the near future. No doubt. Great fight by Xander. That boy only 23 years old, and he showed hell of grit in that ring last night. No doubt. And it just ended up to be a great night in boxing. Other than that, see y'all when I get back.